Hi guys, this is just to let you know how I spend my Saturday and going around for land banking hunting, or should I just put it as hunting for locations that fits for land banking. And as you can see, I'm at the very location right now, somewhere around Shion, around Shagam Interchange, Abeokuta Express Road. As you can see behind me, this is a very good location right here, and it's very good for land banking. But of course, shortly from now, I'll be showing you how to uh, scout, hunt, and then check out which land best fit for land banking. Thank you. All right, so now I'm back from the land banking hunting for today, for this Saturday, and the location was Shimu, like I said earlier. Shimu is situated around Shagam Interchange and Abeokuta Express, in between Express Road, and just by the road, by just off the Express Road, and of course, like I showed you earlier, it's a very good location. Now, that location, that movement for today, the movement for today, it's actually for the purpose of land banking. And I promised earlier that I was going to put you through one or two things. And why land banking? Land banking is acquisition of large parcel of land, where you can buy a parcel of land, large parcel in large quantity, and hold for a period of time. Okay, and you for future development and possibly for you to sell at a higher rate. You know, so most people invest in land banking for the purpose of doubling their wealth and income in the future. Now, that exactly is as simple as that. There are other people that have different concepts of land banking. Some tell you that it is a process of you bringing it involves you bringing your money and they invest the money for you in land banking and in buying purchase of property and sell same for a short period of time and give to you. Well, that may also be land banking, but the real land banking is you buying the large parcel of land and holding it for a while for future development and for resale over a period of time. So how long you are being able to hold this land, for future development or resale is what we call land banking. And I also promised that I was going to show you how to hunt. Now, one of the things that you need to know is or need to do is set out your goal. The first thing first is how much are you bringing to table before you set out at all. Have a budget. Your budget will help you to know the kind of location that you are looking for, that you'll be hunting towards. So you must work with your budget. If you are doing land banking somewhere around the Bejuleki, of course, you'll know that you need to work with a higher budget. And if you're also doing land banking for somewhere around, if you have around probably 1 million to 5 million, this also will take you to somewhere, where you can get large parcel. But of course, if you are considering doing land banking in Bejuleki, we're talking of hundreds of millions, tens of millions, up to hundreds of millions. All right, so land banking can actually be anywhere. So first and first, set your goal and work with your budget. What budget are you willing to work with, to trade with? And then this will now lead you to where specifically, and the region now specifically. And one other thing, after you must have been able to discover that this is where your budget can get large parcel. The next thing is search throughout that entire region, which you have discovered that this is where your budget can actually get you. So of course you consider that it's a place where not just buying a piece of land, it's a place where you know that in the next few years development will get there. So the process of land banking also includes you getting there before others get there. This is one of the first value that you get. This is your first income. This is what determines your first, value and income on that parcel of land. Okay, so like the Shion that I went to today, all right, that environment, I was actually working with a budget, and I went to that environment. I said, okay, this is a place that people have not really gotten into. That part of Shion I've not gotten into, and I searched through the entire environment, and that moved me into the next point of having to locate who is in charge of that property. Okay, so the same procedure of you searching out conducting your due diligence and searching out genuinity of the property on any property is the same procedure, same process that you bring in here now in investigating the real owner, getting to know the real owner and genuinity of that property. Okay, so this takes a few process. An agent can lead you there. You may be working with several agents. An agent can lead you there, and this does not mean that that's the end point. Okay, you get all the information that you need to get from the agent or whoever is leading you to that property. You go pick your coordinates. That's very important. You may need to go with your surveyor if you don't don't have any gadget that can help you pick up the coordinates. These coordinates also helps you to conduct your search at the Ministry of Lands and Survey. You get there through the help of your surveyor rather, to conduct this search. The purpose of this search is to discover if this parcel of land is not on any government interest. Okay, be sure that that same parcel or that same property is of government interest. All right, and aside that, at that moment you also need to engage your lawyers, your legal team. These will help you to also carry out an on-ground investigation as to find out the real owner of the land. This investigation will go through, the lawyers will have to penetrate into that village, into that neighborhood, to find out who and which family, which of the family owns that parcel of land. All right, should you discover anything that, send signal, could be a red flag. Should you discover that in the process, that lets you know that it's a no-no. It means that you have to definitely go somewhere else. That's the process of hunting. The hunting begins with searching to see if it's a parcel of land that you like, whether it's a flat land, it's a slopy land, the environment it's okay for you and all of that. Okay, so as soon as that land appeals to you, and you carry on the due diligence aspect involving your lawyer and also involving your surveyor, and then give you feedback, that's when you can go back and then seal the deal and on acquisition, on buying the property. And immediately after that, the next thing to do is to take possession. Of course, this is a need. It's a need, and it's very important, because there is no way, if you look at the definition of land banking I gave earlier, is you buying and holding for a period of time. And if you do not take possession, it simply means that you are not holding. It simply means that you are not taking over the ownership of that property. So you take possession of that property, and that's the holding part. And there are ways to take possession, physical possession of that property. It could be a fencing round. It could be you siting up a farming exercise on that land. It could be that you do an estate gate, whatever that your plan is, whatever method and way of you taking possession. If you have the money, why not? For the big guys, get your funds after acquisition, get the funds together, put up a fencing around the property, go after your title perfection to the up to the level of registered deed of assignment or conveyance and CFO. And after that, you are sure that you're confident that you already have a property that can actually serve as property for land banking, and then you can go to sleep. After a while, 10 years down the line, 5 years down the line, this can actually make you several zeros after the first 6 zeros, and then you'll be a millionaire. So join the club and be a land banking expert. Cheers.